The initial pages of Russian history are connected with the tribes of the Eastern Slavs, who inhabited the East European plain in the 6th to 7th centuries. The ancestors of these tribes inhabited Central and Eastern Europe. Antique and Byzantine sources of IV centuries called them differently: Venides, Ants, Sklavans. The source of subsistence for the Slavic tribes was farming, cattle breeding, and trades, hunting, fishing, and gathering. East Slavic tribes were united into alliances of tribes. The largest of them were Polians, Drevlians, Krivichi, Vyatiki, Ilmen Slavs. The oldest Russian chronicle, The Tale of Bygone Years, names about 10 such unions. Historians have long argued at what point in the history of Russia as a state begins. The First Dynasty, which ruled the Russian state from the 9th to the late 16th century, began in 862, when, according to the same Tale of Bygone Years, the Ilmen Slavs called for the rule of Novgorod-Varangian Prince Rurik with a team. The emergence of a new state, Kievan Rus, is associated with another annalistic legend. By the 9th century, several political centers with their princes at the head were formed in the lands inhabited by Slavic tribes. There were constant clashes between them. In addition, the Slavic tribes were subjected to external pressure. They were forced to pay tribute to the neighboring state, Khazar Khaganate. To stop the internal strife and get rid of the Khazar threat, Novgorod called the Vikings, headed by Rurik, which was a common practice in the early Middle Ages. Having established himself in Stara Latiga and Novgorod, Rurik sent 2 of his warriors, Askold and Dar, to Byzantium. The latter, reaching Kiev, subjugated the tribes of the Polans and began to reign. In about 879 Prince Rurik died. After him remained a minor son Igor. While the boy grew up, Oleg became the prince and his guardian. In 882 he went on a campaign to Kiev, killed Askold and Dar, and united under his rule the 2 largest urban centers of the Eastern Slavs. This date is now considered the date of the origin of the Old Russian state.